While you're trying to work your way to wealth, the rich is investing their way to wealth. You pick and choose when to show up for yourself. You're consistent on good days, but you quit when things get hard. The rich continue to educate themselves. Every day they learn something new to contribute to their growth. When was the last time you even opened a book? You keep trading your time for money, but the rich knows that you can't build real wealth constrained to hourly pay. You see, while you keep working for money, the rich have their money working for them. The rich invest their time wisely while you're strolling on the gram and watching reality TV. The rich keeps getting richer while you keep getting poorer because of your mindset. Welcome back to your weekly dose of glow up tips. I get so excited when I have to film a video because I think it's because I'm not filming every week anymore, so I don't feel exhausted. So every time I get to create a video for you ladies, I just get so excited because I get to connect with my sisters, we get to talk, we get to interact, I get to drop gems, and it just feels great. So welcome back to your weekly dose of glow up tips. I wanted to say, let's get uncomfortable and talk about money, but we've passed the stage of being uncomfortable, right? Because we've talked enough about money and we understand that in order to become your best self, in order to truly glow up, you have to be financially literate. So to build wealth, I feel like that's a conversation that we need to start talking about. Let's build wealth. Let's not focus on a paycheck, like living paycheck to paycheck and worrying about the next check and not being able to do anything because you're waiting for the next check. At our age, whether you have no money or you have a little bit of money, whether you have no knowledge or you have a little bit of knowledge, let me put you on game. It's not that hard. It's not that difficult. I know I've said this before. Once upon a time, I thought, you know, money and learning about how it works and doing this and doing that, it sounded like a lot. And I don't know math. I don't know math. And so when you don't know math and you're not someone that, you know, knows too much about numbers or like how things work, I feel like it could be a little intimidating. But when it comes to you working for your hard-earned money and putting it in places for your future, you want to learn. You got to learn. So it's not even about math, because if I don't know math and I'm about to put you on game on how to build wealth and enter your rich girl era, you know that it's simple, okay? So get comfortable, sit down with me, let's have girls talk, grab tea, grab a pen, grab a paper, and let's educate ourselves, because you're not elevating in life if you don't educate yourself, if you don't learn. So let's learn. But before we can start learning, if you're new to my channel, hello, my name is Nana Scott. I am a self-improvement content creator. I am on this journey to become the best version of myself. And every tip, every trick that I've learned, the goal is to simply pass it down to the next woman, hoping that she takes it and implements it into her life to become the best version of herself. And if you find any of my content helpful or you think it could benefit someone else, please do me a favor and just share this video to another woman that you think could benefit from it. I've learned that line now. Like, it's just like, you wake me up and you're like, do your introduction speech, and I'm just like, hello, my name is Nana Scott. I'm a self-improvement content creator. Anyway, let's just jump into why you're here, right? Let's build wealth. Let's start entering our rich girl era. Let's stop living paycheck to paycheck. Let's break that. I can't do this because I haven't gotten paid yet. Let's stop maxing out our credit cards when we don't have money to pay it off. Let's stop living like we're poor. Let's get out of the poor mindset and actually start thinking and moving differently so that we can change our lives. You ready? Step 1 to building wealth, entering your rich girl era. Get a job. Get a job, sis. Using a job to build your dream life. A job is supposed to help you fund the life that you want. You're supposed to use a job to save money. You're supposed to use a job to invest. You're supposed to use a job to build the life that you want. A lot of people are doing it wrong. You're going to a job you hate, you're miserable, and every time you get a check, you're not responsible enough, so you're just using it and wasting it. Now you're stuck in a situation you don't want to be stuck in. You're stuck in a situation you don't want to deal with, but you have no choice because you don't have enough money to leave that situation. To build wealth, use your job to your advantage. So the second step to building wealth is to set financial goals. How many of you can say you have financial goals? And it's not just, I want to be rich. Don't do that to me. Don't post that on this channel. How many of you can actually say you have financial goals? Like, you're not just working for a paycheck. You're working towards something more. How many of you can say that? Not a lot of us can say that. So once you have a job, perfect. You have money coming in. You're able to take care of yourself. That's the number one step, right? Then the second thing is, once you start having money coming in and you know how much you have coming in every month, then you can sit down and create financial goals. Write down 3 to 6 financial goals. What we're currently doing, my honey and I, we just created a 5-year goal where we want to be 5 years. So whether it's mental, financial, spiritual, emotional, all of that, we wrote down a 5-year goal of all the things that we want to accomplish. Now, every Sunday, what we're doing is we come together and we just discuss. So now we're going to start breaking, okay, what's our year goal? What's our 6-month goal? What's each month goal? That's what we're going to start working on now. We just started doing this. So I'm going to give you more details as we go on, but that's something that you can start doing. Create monthly goals. It becomes so much easier when you know what you're working towards. Then that job, the money that's coming in, it's no longer just a check. You're working for something bigger than a check. So sit down and write 3 to 6 goals that you want to achieve financially. How are you going to enter your rich girl era if you don't budget? Now, I don't want this poor mindset of, oh, I don't want to budget because then I feel poor and it feels like I'm living on a budget. Rich people live on a budget. That's why they stay rich and successful. You can't be out here, don't make me vest. Sorry. Okay. Sis, to glow up financially, to enter your rich girl era, to start building wealth, you have to keep track of your money. You work too hard for your money to just keep wasting it. How many people right now, if I say, how much did you spend last month, can honestly tell me how much they spent last month? A lot of us don't even know where our money's going. How tacky is that? You want to build wealth, but you don't know where your money is going and you don't know how much is coming in? Create a budget. I've said this before. You've probably heard this from a million other people. Create a budget. That is your key to becoming successful, tracking your money. Nothing is sexier than a beautiful woman that knows what she wants, that's working towards what she wants, that's working towards creating the life of her dreams, and she don't play about her coins. How much money do you have coming in each month? You have a job now. You've created a financial goal. Congratulations. Now let's keep track of our money. The moment you create a budget and you start tracking your expenses, it's so much easier to save. So my man having done his budgeting thing for like 3 months because life happened, and he finally sat down to do it. And we had a trip last weekend, and he was like, babe, I have no money. You gotta take care of this. I have no money. Because he's been spending so much money out, and I've just been letting him swipe his card because I've been doing my budget, and I'm just like, you got this, babe. So he finally sat down to do his budget, and he's just like, I've been like spending so much money, and I'm like, oh no, have you really? And now he's just like, babe, I don't got it. You got this. You take care of this for the rest of the month because I've reached my budget. You start being more mindful of how much you spend because you're just like, oh, wait, I did too much here. I ate out too much. I did this, like, track your money. The moment you start doing that, you will start saving a little bit more. That way, that money that you start saving, you can start applying it to your future. You can start building your wealth. You can start investing. You can start doing other things. When we talk about creating a budget, this is hand in hand. You got to start living below your means. You've heard the saying, keeping up with the Joneses, where people are acting and trying to live and trying to do things to impress people, to act like they're actually living this life. Successful people, the people that are actually successful, are not buying and trying to show off in that way. They're not buying the Gucci, the brand names, and dripped all in it, trying to show off that way. Majority of the time, it's the people that don't even have the money that are always trying to flex. When you truly have the money, you don't have to impress anybody. That's why it's so important to create a budget. You start tracking how much is coming in monthly and how much is expected to leave monthly, right? When you start living below your means, you know how much money is coming in every month. So you can't live in a place that is equal to how much is coming in every month, because then you're not living below your means. You can't use up your entire check for the month on your bills and everything. That means you're not living below your means. You got to start based on how much you have coming in every month. You have to start like living in a place that is a little cheaper than that, right? You have to start making sure that the bills that you have, your expenses, are not equal to how much you have coming in, because then every single month, every 2 weeks, you're just living for that paycheck. That's why you're living paycheck to paycheck, because every time money comes in, it goes towards just your lifestyle. Start living below your means if you want to build wealth. If you don't need it, don't buy it. Don't waste your money on things trying to impress people you don't know, nor do you care for. A lot of people are living paycheck to paycheck. A lot of people are living above their means because they don't have no other way. So you have this little check coming in, and please understand, I'm not trying to shade anyone. We're sisters. We have to get uncomfortable. We have to talk about these things in order to elevate. So you have, you're not making a lot of money. And the place that you're living, the city you're living in, is expensive either way. So that check that you have coming in all of that check goes to your rent. All of that check goes to your bills. So there's no way you can live below your means, even if you want to, right? Because of your income. The next step to building wealth is that you have to learn a skill or sharpen your skill. A lot of people don't want to hear this, because a lot of times you feel like, I don't want to go back to school. I don't want to learn this. I don't want to learn that. You don't want to learn anymore. That's our problem. A lot of us don't want to better ourselves mentally. You want to glow up. You want to exercise, or you want to look this way. You want to do this. You want this life. But when it comes to your mental, you don't want to advance yourself. You don't want to learn anymore. In order to move forward, in order to level up, in order to, become financially stable, you have to learn. You have to educate yourself, because the more you learn, the more you earn. Have you heard that saying? The more you learn, the more you earn. If there's something that you're good at, how can you get better? Sharpen your skills. Learn a skill or sharpen your skills. Either way, you got to be obsessed with improving yourself mentally. That is the leverage that you'll have. You will never have to chase money if you can just focus on improving yourself as a person, becoming valuable to any company, any industry. As long as you can learn a skill, as long as you can educate yourself, as long as you can better yourself, people are going to be begging for your skills. If you want to earn more, you've got to learn more. So get comfortable with being uncomfortable. Go and educate yourself. That is the way to building wealth, your mind. Okay, sis, if you only take one thing from this video, it has to be probably the most difficult thing that a lot of us are gonna be able to resonate with, is investing. Investing, yes. See, like I said earlier, while we're so busy working our way to wealth, trying to work our way to wealth, the rich, they are investing their way to wealth. You have got to learn about investing. You see, you can't, I hope you know, if nobody told you, let me tell you now, a 9-to-5 is not going to get you rich. For the longest, I thought my parents, they told me, go to school, get a job, work. And for the longest, I thought that this job was going to help me become financially free. I thought this job was going to be how I become rich. It's a lie. It's a lie. You got to start investing. If you learn only one thing from this video, say Nana said that I gotta learn investing. If you don't know how to make money while you sleep, you will never be wealthy. If you don't know how to make money while you sleep, that's something that I learned, the hard truth, punched me in my gut, and I'm like, oh no. So you mean to tell me all this time I'm wasting at this job? Not saying you're wasting time, because like we said, you have to use your job as a foundation. Your job has to fund your dreams, right? So, but if you really want to be, successful, and you really want to enjoy your time, sis, you gotta invest. I gotta be honest, okay? Because I'm not gonna sit in front of this camera and be a fraud. My man, like most other people, there's a lot of people out there that don't have the time or don't have the knowledge on investing. So you know what they do? They find someone that does, and they pay them. My man is my investor. Okay, he eats and sleep investing, stocks, all of those things. That's his thing. So he just tells me, hey, give me this amount. He puts it in here, he puts it in there, and I track it, we track it, and I'm just like, yay, I'm an investor. So that is my way of investing. And I'm so happy to say I invest. That's okay, because there's a lot of successful people out there that are not doing their investing on their own, but they are investors, right? They invest, they have money places. But honestly, there's a lot of YouTubers out there that are like, they do this full time that can teach you. So even if you're a beginner, find those people, you know, read the books, watch the videos. Nowadays, getting knowledge is so easy. The only reason why you're not where you want to be is because you choose to. That's it. That's the only reason why you're not where you want to be. It's because you keep making all the decisions that is pulling you further from that life. You know, for the longest, I would be the one saying, put your money in a savings account, put your money away. But something that I've also learned is that no, you need to have an emergency fund for if something were to happen, you're not begging someone for money or you're not out in the streets. But the rest of your money needs to be invested. You need to have your money making you money. That's something that when I learned, I was just like, so your money is supposed to be like these little soldiers. Every day they go out and they bring you more money. Another thing that's going to help you with building wealth is ownership. Two things, matter of fact, if there's two things you take from this video, is you got to start learning to invest and owning things. That is something that the rich has mastered. When you own assets, you have more control of how much money you generate. Unlike a job. With a job, it's a fixed income. No matter how much you work, no matter what you do, this is the set pay. This is what you're going to get. That is why it's so important to own things, because you decide how much you're going to price. So your wealth is in your hands. Start a business, get into real estate, stocks, cryptocurrencies, retirement account like 401k or Roth IRAs. Those are the few things that you can start working towards to own. Ownership is what builds generational wealth. And last but not least, I saved the best for the last. The partner that you choose. When it comes to building wealth and entering your rich girl era and living your best life and being financially independent and all that good stuff, the person that you decide to spend the rest of your life with is so crucial. It's so important. You better make sure that you guys are on the same page, because while you're, you know, organizing and you're planning and you're working towards this and you're working towards that, if that person is not on the same page as you, sis, you will go downhill. All of your hard work, all of your money, all of your plans will go downhill. And it's a possibility that they might, you know, like even stop you from working towards the things that you want. Make sure that the person that you decide to spend the rest of your life with is financially literate. They're working towards bettering themselves. They have a goal with you. You guys are, like I was saying, my man and I have a 5-year goal and we're working towards that. Make sure that you're able to have that conversation with your partner and you guys are like, okay, this is what we need to do. That's what we need to do. And you guys are on the same page working together. Or you're going to be burnt out and you're going to be poor. You're going to be broke and you're going to still keep living paycheck to paycheck. If your man is trying to keep up with the Joneses or your woman is trying to, well, your man, because on this channel we're focused on females. If your man is focused on trying to keep up with the Joneses and he's not financially literate, he's not trying to educate himself, he's not trying to learn a skill or sharpen a skill, he's not trying to get a job, it's going to be a problem for you. So just make sure that you choose wisely who you decide to spend the rest of your life with. Let's summarize everything one more time so you understand the steps that you need to take to build wealth to enter your rich girl era. The first step to building wealth is to what? Get a job. Get a job and use your job to fund your dreams. Please don't get comfortable and just sit and accept crumbs. You are capable of anything. The person that you're working for started a business, they had a dream and they worked towards it. You can do the same thing. So get a job to fund your dreams. Once you have a job, the second step is to set financial goals. I said 3 to 6 goals that you want to achieve financially. Third thing is to create a budget, because you're not winging it. You're not just going to keep spending money or creating a goal, but you don't know where your money is going. So create a budget, and then you have to start living below your means. Learn a skill or sharpen your skill. Either way, you've got to continue educating yourself. Open a book and learn. Invest and ownership. Invest and ownership. Like I said, if you only learn 2 things in this video, you got to start investing and you got to start owning things. And of course, last but not least, the person you choose to spend the rest of your life with. Make sure that they're on the same page financially, or they are willing to get on that page with you. That is it for this video. I really hope that you take from this video and you start implementing these steps into your life to help you with building wealth and entering your rich girl era, so that you're no longer living paycheck to paycheck and just not having to worry. And of course, of all of these tips that I've given you, I want to know which of these tips are you currently implementing in your life right now, and which of these tips you feel like you need to work on. And then just start working on it. As long as you acknowledge that, hey, I need to work on this, just start working on it. No big deal. Let's say a quick prayer before my camera goes off. Father God, we thank you for this day. We thank you for all that you've done and continue to do. We thank you for connecting us once more. And I pray that all of my subscribers wanting to build wealth, all of my subscribers wanting to be financially literate, Lord, I ask that you go into their home and give them the knowledge, the understanding, the courage, the confidence that they need, Lord. All of the tools that they need, oh Lord, to go after the life that they want and the knowledge that they want, Lord. We present this day into your hands, and I ask that all of their silent cries, all of the things that they're dealing with on this day or this week, Father God, I present it into your hands, and I ask that you go into their lives and start making drastic changes for the better, continuing to be the foundation that each and every one of us stand on. I thank you again so much for this day. I love you ladies so much, and I cannot wait to see you in the next video.